And we're here. We nailed it. First try. Tower of Tears. There we go. Oh, there's some stuff for us to loot.
Whatever she did, she must have powered up the whole city.
You can hear him talking.
Eagle, how much did all this cost?
Someone's talking about how much did all this cost? All right, let's go out. Oh, this is awesome. I love this. You guys are going to enjoy this. Here we go. I'm actually going to remove my face. I'm going to remove my face so you guys can see this. Yeah.
Oh, the show my old Gramps always wanted.
There's another.
His dream realized, his old Gramps' legacy ensured. Our hero beheld the sea of desert lights and wept at his good fortune.
When I saw the embers as a child, I never dreamed they could be like this. Thank you, Aloy. Well, did you find what you were looking for?
I did. And now I have to move on.
Oh. Well, come back when you can. I got big plans for this place.
I thought you wanted to put on shows with the Embers back in the claim.
Oh, no. This is the show. Oh, can you imagine? Folks from all over the land coming to take it all in. Plus some food and a nice place to stay.
Not to mention a variety of entertainment venues.
Don't forget, games of chance. Plenty of shards to be had there for certain.
A new dream, huh? I hope you make it happen. Goodbye, gentlemen.
I love these guys. They're so dope.
This delve is a story for the ages. All thanks to you.
Look at how gorgeous this area is. It's so dope. So essentially, we rebooted the power.
Crew's gonna stay. Maybe I should come back and check on them later. For now, I need to get Poseidon back to Gaia. But with all the ruins here, might want to look around before I head back. And with my new diving mask, I can swim as deep as I need to. Like at those deep water sites I found earlier.
A lot has opened up to us. Wow, look at how gorgeous that is. So essentially, we rebooted the power system. So for the first time in 1,000 years, the world has power again somewhere. I mean, that we know of. Maybe we've only ever seen, a good portion of the U.S., but this is going to draw some people from far and wide. Their dream has essentially come true now. Like, that's so badass.
Like a carnival?
So good. I love it.
Yeah, but like, we should make it sound
Ken Gentleman says, let's just hope that a certain poor man with $80,000 in his bank account goes there and makes them broke. Yeah, not again. So their goal is they want to turn this basically into a show where people can come and bask in the glory. The one in the middle named Merlin, he does all the creation. He has all the technical know-how. He's the one that makes the
I was thinking
the things pretty.
maybe we
He's
could have
about
attractions
visual.
here that duplicated those from other cities.
Like a recreation of Elderman's Hall in Mainspring?
Exactly. Or the Palace of the Sun in Meridian.
And so travelers came to the miracle in the desert and beheld all the spectacle the world had to offer.
So the guy on the left here, he's the one that tells the stories. He's got the voice. He's the one that tells the stories and makes up the stories. And then the one on the right, he's all about the money. He's basically the bookkeeper. He makes it so that they have the money to run the place. It's such a cool dynamic between these three. It's like three buddies. This is how I explained it earlier. It's like three buddies that alone, none of them can make a dream come true. But together, they can make it happen. I just love this. I love these guys. My favorites probably across the entire story. I love them. Stemmer's probably my favorite of the three of them. Colin Thin says, how was the Tide Ripper boss fight? We got it first try. And then we got raided by the wonderful Deckard Games. Yeah. Huge raid. Like 400 people? Like 350 people? So I've been talking a lot since then. But it actually turned out good. We actually got it first try. Not a problem. I thought it was going to be a little bit tougher than it was, but it wasn't. So the tongue, eyes, and the mind, basically, exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Who's singing? What the fuck? Hero.
How long you been working on this?
I feel like I want to get up high. Can we get to the top of this? No, I don't think we can. Man, look at them all too. So this is essentially, this is cool thing that they did. If you look at it, you can see that there's the ruins, but then the lights have sort of filled in what the buildings used to look like in the past. So you can see there's the ruins, and this is what it would have been. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna take a detour real quick. Let's take a detour. We're gonna go way out here on the side. Is it? I'm trying to think where we did might be this campfire. I want to look in at the city. Maybe it's this one. No, that's still in the city. So it's got to be this one. Let's go to this one. Right there. Oh, and it's just automatically does that because of the AI. I'm guessing. I have no idea why it chose to like fill in that. They kind of don't explain to you, but oh, of course we have a shitty day out with sandstorms and fog ruining everything. Climb, woman, climb. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, let's do this. Get up high. Get our glide on. I want to get on that big rock right there. We need a YouTube thumbnail. Marcus! What is up? Marcus raiding with a party of 22. Party of 22. Your tables are ready. Welcome in. Marcus, how are you today? It's good to see you. What is up, everybody? How is everybody doing today? Man, the raids today, insane. You guys are wonderful. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you. Stardust, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I'm good. How are you? Marcus, I'm doing fantastic today, man. We're just trying to get an overlook of Vegas. We just turned the lights on in Vegas again. And yeah, we're working our way up to a high point so we can sort of look down and see what Vegas looks like in the game. How are you today? What were you playing, Marcus? Get up there. Get up there. Get up there. All right, before I turn around and look, give me 1 second. I was so flustered during the last raid that I actually never was able to get in a shout out. But if you guys want to go and check Marcus over on his stream, make sure you guys follow the link that I'm providing for you right now in chat. Go over there, show some love, say thank you. Marcus says I was playing EA FC 24. What is that? What is that? Awesome energy from you. I love it. Stardust, that's me all the time. I'm very high energy. I like to yell a lot too. Not like in the weird like YouTuber kind of way, but I do yell a lot because I'm definitely that. I'm high energy. Thank you for the shadow. Absolutely, Marcus. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. What is EAF? Is that racing? Oh, FIFA. I got you. It's FIFA. I got you now. Okay. It's FIFA. It's FIFA. I have never actually played a FIFA game, which is crazy because I used to, that's actually what got me into gaming was sports games. Madden, NBA Live 95 was one of my favorite games of all time. The real Michael Jordan was in that game. In case you never played it, you should definitely go and look at Michael Jordan's fadeaway. It's insanely realistic. But yeah, I was always the Detroit Pistons, so I always had to play against them. But yeah, that was my ish back in the day. And I was a huge NCAA football fan as well. NCAA football, all those, loved them. All right, let's look at this. This is going to be our, oh my God. It's time. It's photo mode time. We need to get ourselves a thumbnail for the YouTube video. This is what we do. In case anybody's new here, we do this every single stream. Every single stream, we make a YouTube thumbnail in the stream from the photo mode in the game. And then if you guys are following over on YouTube, you'll actually see this as the thumbnail. So I'm thinking I want to have it a little bit higher. Do we want her looking at us or at the... You know what? No, we're going to have her... We'll have her look at the camera. We'll rotate the camera around over here. And then we'll turn off the follow. So she's not looking at... She's still looking at us. Stop looking at us. Now she's looking the wrong direction. That right there. All right. So now she's looking in like this. And at the very top, up in here, we'll put Horizon Forbidden West episode and then the episode number right there. That'll be it. I almost feel like I'm not getting enough in there. There we go. And then maybe a little bit lower. Oh, the artist in me is yeah, it's happening. I'm the Bob Ross of video game photo modes in thumbnails, YouTube thumbnails. There it is. There it is. Shadoink. There it is. Isn't that gorgeous? So it looks really sick, by the way. I gotta say. That's pretty bad. Is that a behemoth? What is that? We need an Apex behemoth heart. We're springing into action. It needs to happen. Marcus says, but I'm so tired now. I hope that you have a good rest of the stream. Good night. Marcus, don't worry about it, man. I get it. I'm right there with you. I know exactly how you feel. No worries, man. Raid and run. Raid and run. Get out of here. Go get some sleep, my friend. Thank you so much again, Marcus. I appreciate you. Have a great night. Much love, my friend.
Stay and rest or push on.
This is a tremor tusk. That's what it is. It's a fucking tremor tusk. Boy, oh boy. I don't think we should mess with that. I thought it was a behemoth. We needed a behemoth, an Apex behemoth tusk. I think that's just a, that's a regular tremor tusk. All right. So, you know what? Let's go. Initial plan. Back to the initial plan. Let's head back and turn in
A rebel outpost.
Poseidon.
Gonna have to find whoever's in charge and stop them from causing any more harm.
All right, fast travel. Now we're going back to our base of operations. You guys can see just how huge this game actually is. We originally started in right here. We were in this little area when we first started playing this game for the first two full episodes, which were longer streams. I think we did like 5-6 hour streams them days. Maybe even 8-hour streams. I think one was a 12-hour stream. We spent it all on this area. So you can see just how much of the world that we've uncovered and how much more we have to go. It's insane. But let's go ahead and head back to the base of operations. Is that one of the bad AIs? All of the machines now are kind of in a they're kind of in a self-preservation mode. They're aggressive only because the AI that was overseeing the robots actually deemed us as a threat at some point. So now, as time has gone by, the people have referred to it as the derangement, but essentially the machines have become more and more aggressive towards humans because they see us as a threat because we've been starting to attack them and stuff like that. So, all right, so let's go and see Gaia.
In the snow.
All right, so this is, of course, our base of operations. We unlocked this a few episodes ago. And this is where humans were supposed to come and actually oversee the immediate area around it and sort of keep an eye on shit and make sure everything was working good. We've taken it over as our little base of operations.
What's next?
We have a couple of friends here. All of these people are from the first Horizon Zero Dawn. They were all part of Horizon Zero Dawn. So with the exception of the girl behind the desk over there, her name is Zoe. We've sort of recently recruited her. But we're going to go see the main AI now. Her name is Gaia. And she is essentially the savior of the planet. That's her function. And they definitely gave you that feel.
Welcome back, Aloy. I see you have recovered Poseidon.
I have. Insert Gaia Colonel.
Aloy, can you come downstairs? Beta has something you need to hear.
Okay. I'll be right down.
Aloy, I have managed to unlock additional rooms within the facility.
Got it.
Level up. So a little less ceremonious than our last time turning in Ether. Definitely a little less ceremonious, but let's talk to Gaia. She definitely has some new stuff to talk to us about.
Hey, Gaia. Me again.
Welcome back, Aloy. Where shall we resume?
All right. Our progress. How we doing? Beta. So Beta is essentially a clone of us. It's a very long thing to explain. So I know, kind gentlemen, you kind of don't know what's going on. It's a long explanation to this. So I'm going to not explain it, but I apologize. Beta.
So, I guess Beta's here to stay. I gave her a focus. Told her to talk to you to see if she can help. She's not what I expected.
What were you expecting?
I don't know. Someone more helpful, I guess. And less pessimistic.
It is true, she overestimated our progress. However, it is also worth noting that her confidence in your abilities emboldened her to escape the Zeniths.
True.
I guess so.
Give her time. She may yet come around.
All right. What about our other companions?
So there's a few people here now, and they're learning. All about you, the ancient world. Almost like what was supposed to happen before Apollo was purged.
Yes. While the loss of the Apollo database was catastrophic, there is still much that can be gleaned from the data you have uncovered. For instance, Varl has been reviewing the last recorded entries from those who perished during the Pharaoh Plague. Hearing their hopes and fears made him quite somber.
Anything I should be worried about?
I do not believe so. I have elected not to intervene, to allow him to process this on his own terms.
Yeah, it's got to be mind-blowing for Varl. Now, all this information at hand. Now, Apollo was originally meant to, this was a subordinate function that was meant to teach humans about the past, and when we were ready to essentially dump all of the world's knowledge on us. Like anything that ever happened in the history of mankind, anything we ever learned was all combined into what is known as Apollo. And Apollo was meant to teach us everything. And unfortunately, the man who actually started off the end of the world, his name was Pharaoh. He actually destroyed Apollo before the end of the world, because he felt like if we learned from the past that we were doomed to make the same mistakes, sort of thing. So Beta's a clone of Aloy? Yes, he is. Actually, Aloy is also a clone of somebody from our current time. Well, the 2060s. Her name was Elizabeth Sobek. So we were created, essentially grown in an artificial womb, and set out into the world to essentially restart Gaia. And we did that in the first one because Gaia destroyed herself because she felt it was the only way to say, this is a very, very short synopsis of all of it. But essentially, a rogue signal was sent to Earth, and the signal made it so that the subordinate functions of Gaia had become independent AIs, and one of them in specific, called Hephaestus, is able to actually end the Earth again. So in order to curb this from happening, Gaia destroyed herself, but before she did that, she created Aloy, and also made it so that Aloy because of her DNA, she's able to access and essentially restart Gaia and start over again. So that's a very broken down, short version of a whole lot of shit. Like a lot of lore. About the old world. Old world discoveries. So we've discovered stuff along the way, and essentially we're going to ask her about some of them.
When I dove down into Vegas, I found data about the man who built the dome over the city, Stanley Chen. It turns out he was a member of Far Zenith. But if he loved Vegas so much, why did he abandon it? Why not try to save it?
The Zeniths at their core have proven to be exceptional survivalists. Faced with overwhelming odds of extinction, they chose to flee.
Even still, what he achieved. Water to the wasteland, an entire city brought back to life. 1,000 years later, the whole place was still on standby, just waiting for someone to come along and wake it up.
And that's all we got. So essentially, we're 1,000 years in the future when we're playing this game. And it turns out that the signal that was sent by the Far Zeniths. So they are a group of people that left on a ship called the Odyssey to go and try and settle a planet in the Sirius B constellation. So they took off while most people here on Earth chose a different way. They essentially they fought off the machines to give humankind a chance to create Gaia, give them time to create Gaia. And Gaia is meant to, after humanity had died and the machines had all taken over, so it's sort of like Terminator kind of stuff. Once the machines had taken over, the machines can only last for so long because, you know, obviously they need power and everything like that. So Gaia was meant to, over time, work on cracking and breaking into their software. So basically, it took hundreds of years for Gaia to be, or actually, I believe it took 56 years, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. It took her 56 years to hack into them and shut down all the machines. And then Gaia was free to restart the planet and then start fixing all the things that were fucked up about it with the environment, like the shortage of resources, all that stuff. So that's Gaia's purpose, is to essentially restart the planet. All right, I guess that's it.
See you later, Gaia.
Until next time.
I think that's all the new stuff, right? Does she have any more exclamation points? No, she doesn't. All right, we did pick up a drone when we were in Las Vegas. Let's turn that drone in and actually check it out. Yeah, those guys. Yep.
Drones
kind gentlemen.
now.
They're essentially the bad guys, and we will be seeing more of them. So I believe, is it this one? Is that the new one? So this exact room was meant for people to monitor the environment and the machines in real time out in the world via drones. We actually grabbed one of these drones when we were in Las Vegas. So now we can turn this room into essentially an observatory. This is live what is happening in Las Vegas right now. Maybe not live, because shouldn't there be lights? I will say that. So I feel like they forgot that portion of it. It's so cool. It is. Like, the lore of this game is so good. You know, this is how I love to explain it. I feel like most games create a game, create an idea, they make a game, and then they make the lore as they're making the game. I feel like when it comes to Horizon, Guerrilla Games created a story and then built a game around the story. Does that make sense? Vegas feels similar. You were there a month ago? Dex, you were? Dude, I want to go to Vegas. You didn't invite me? Bro! We could have had a guys' night. Tonight is your night, bro. It's your night, bro. Figures.
I can read this.
This is why we call you Dick Sticks, all right? This is why. This is the exact reason. All right. Just ignore the bot, kind gentlemen. It's kind of like when they write the game about a book. Yeah, exactly. Like Metro. Like, it's so much more. There's just something different when you create the story and then make the game around the story rather than vice versa. It's a different kind of game. To me, that's what this game is. I might be overselling it too. I'm sure a lot of people are like, yeah, it's okay. What the hell? So Varl wanted to talk to us downstairs. Let's go and talk to Varl. Apparently Beta has some information for us. So we're going to go meet our clone now.
Power before, but looks like it's malfunctioning.
This door over here. So as we are giving more of the subordinate functions back to Gaia, Gaia is then getting more processing power, essentially. It's like adding another computer to the network, essentially, is what's happening. So the more that we give to her is in the way of subordinate functions, the more powerful she gets, and then she can essentially unlock more portions of the base. That's the lore behind the base and everything. So some doors that weren't available before are available now. Some are malfunctioning, like the red door here.
Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
She found that recording from the data on your focus. She's been watching it a lot. I think it helps calm her.
That's the first ever thing that Aloy saw as a little girl from the old
I
world.
used to watch this a lot too. Whenever I wanted to take my mind off things.
Daddy sure does love his little big...
But there's something you need to tell me?
While you were gone, I came down here to check on her. Then we started talking. Right, Beta? She's been thinking about how to capture Hephaestus, studying the data Gaia gave her. But we started talking about some other stuff. You know, just getting to know each other, right? And then she told me that one of the Zeniths might be different from the others.
Tilda. You saw her at the Hades Proving Lab.
Go on.
On the way to Earth, the Zeniths never showed their faces. My servitor caretaker referred to them as my benefactors, and promised I'd meet them someday, when I had learned enough.
And then?
One day, a data channel opened in my training interface. In it, Tilda was waiting for me, in a virtual replica of a house on a cliff, overlooking the ocean. It was beautiful. She showed me paintings, books, media files. We met there in secret many times. But a few months later, it stopped.
Can you tell us why, Beta?
I found some data about Tilda at the Hades Proving Lab. I think she was the liaison between Far Zenith and Zero Dawn. She knew Elizabeth Sobek, that's for sure.
Maybe that's why she reached out to you?
Okay, so there's some big information there. Tilda. If we actually think about back to when we entered the Hades, whatever, the Proving Ground or whatever, where we actually got the original, the Gaia kernel from, Tilda was mentioned in a audio log there, and it was between Elizabeth Sobek, so us, Aloy, but back in the 2060s, and it was an interaction between Tilda and her in which the Far Zeniths had stolen a copy of Gaia, and where they attempted to steal a copy of Gaia from Elizabeth Sobek and them. So when she did it, they actually found out about it, and they actually sent a logic bomb back in place of Gaia and ruined all of their information. But Tilda was able to talk Elizabeth Sobek into sending a real copy of Gaia back for them to actually be able to use in all of the Zero Dawn project. So there must have been some kind of connection there between Elizabeth Sobek and Tilda, because Tilda was able to talk her into essentially giving her what they had already denied her. So there must be some kind of personal connection there.
What else can you tell us about Tilda?
She liked to talk about her paintings.
What about herself? Did she ever talk about her life on Earth, how she joined the Zeniths, something like that?
She never said much about herself, and she hated it when I asked too many questions. But I think, back on Earth, she was an expert programmer, given that she built a data channel the other Zeniths couldn't detect.
Is there anything else about her that we might be able to use to our advantage?
She was the first real person who ever bothered to speak to me. I wasn't really assessing her for strengths and weaknesses.
It's no big deal. Calm down. It's okay. I get it. I just asking. Man, she got crazy mad about that. I know a lot about Tilda, and she was indeed a programmer back on Earth. Matter of fact, her, the program that she made that made her rich was actually to detect if a painting, as she was talking to her about paintings, it was actually to detect if a painting was real or fake. So she could identify forgeries with the program. She then sold that program for millions and millions of dollars for I forget what it was. I think it was to government in some way. I forget what it was used for by the government though. Data channel.
You said that Tilda reached out to you using a data channel?
It appeared in my training interface as another assignment. When I opened it, there were a series of intermittent glitches. I realized they formed a transpositional cipher. Instructions on how to open up a new virtual space. When I entered it, my training interface disappeared. Instead of the usual holographic teachers and files, I was in a perfect recreation of her home.
And you're sure the other Zeniths never knew about it?
To them, it looked like I was still in training. Toiling away. Alone.
Wow. All right, the house. What about the house?
So this secret virtual space looked like a house with an ocean view?
I could see whitecaps and hear waves crashing on rocks below. And there were gulls crying outside.
Caw-caw!
Inside, Tilda had frames that showed off her favorite paintings, changing at intervals to match the light. There was an armchair she liked. She'd sit there and gaze outside while I looked through her things. We spent hours in that house. I never wanted to leave.
Yeah, why would you want to? Come back to essentially a cold, you know, lifeless existence on a ship flying back to Earth. You know, I would much rather be on a cliff overlooking the ocean. Paintings and files.
You said Tilda showed you paintings and let you access media files?
Every time we met, she showed me a new painting. I think she was Dutch. All of her favorite pieces were from their golden age in the 1600s. Portraits, allegories, ships at sea. She had so many.
They didn't interest you?
I liked her media portal. It had so much more than my training interface. Clips, shows, holos. My favorite was this one called Second Time Around, about a family whose kid comes back after disappearing during the Hot Zone crisis.
Right, but did this portal have anything about the Zeniths themselves? Anything we could use?
No. Any information about them was redacted.
Redacted. You can see how pushy Aloy is too. You almost got to feel bad for her. Like, she's over here talking about, you know, the way things have made her feel, kind of talking her way through her through the whole experience that she just had, and now she's finally in this safe place. And then yeah, Aloy's kind of pushing her. She cut you off?
So Tilda set up a secret virtual space where she could talk to you, a house on a cliff. Then later, she cut you off. But other than the fact that Tilda knew Elizabeth, you don't know why she did those things?
I don't! Okay? I thought of every possible reason that would make her leave, but whatever I did wrong, I don't know what it is. When I finally met the others, she ignored me. Acted like the data channel never existed. None of this even matters. Tilda's the same as the others. It won't help us defeat them.
Okay. Let's leave it at that then.
You can see she's been psychologically traumatized from the whole experience. And Aloy's less than understanding about that.
What's wrong?
I'm trying, Varl. But she is tough to take. I'm out there in the wilds, risking my life every day, and all she can do is hide in there and tell us how hopeless it all is. I'm sorry she's had a rough time, but she is really not helping right now.
You always seem to be on top of everything, so I sometimes forget about what you've been through. I mean, it wasn't that long ago you were so banged up you couldn't even walk. About that. When I pulled you out of the water back near the proving lab, you were muttering Rost's name. You never talk about him, but he raised you, trained you. You must miss him a lot.
Of course I do. But I don't have time to think about that now. I need to get back out there.
Okay. I'll keep working with Beta. Gaia says she knows a lot about Zero Dawn. And maybe she just needs some time to adjust, and then she can help us with Hephaestus.
Sure. But I won't hold my breath.
Laser focused all the time, you know? Laser focused. Essentially, that is what's enabled Aloy to be able to do the things that she's done too. So while it's like, yeah, while she's laser focused, and maybe she's a little bit cold at time and distant from the others, it's that exact thing that has allowed her to be, for her to essentially save the world already once and puts her in a position to be able to save it again. All right, I think that is where we're going to end the stream for today. I feel like we've made good progress. The start of next stream, I think we'll go around. We'll do all the conversations that need to be had. We're probably going to have another good 20 minutes of conversations that we're going to do. So, yeah, I think that's where we'll end it for today. So thank you guys so much for joining me. So many cool things happened today. I appreciate all you guys being here for essentially my 8-year anniversary here on Twitch. So thank you guys so much. Oh, we're in the middle of an ad break right now, aren't we? Maybe we should take 2 minutes and wait so that anybody that's in the middle of an ad break can get the thank yous and everything. Kind Gentleman says, I'll try my best to be here in the next stream. I stream every day. This is the plan. This is day number 8 of what I hope to be 365 days of streaming. Whether that will happen is still yet to be determined. But every day at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when I'm going to try and be live. That's my goal. Pale Touch, what is up? How are you? It says Aloy is amazing, but I'm guessing that she didn't have much opportunities to increase her social skills. She's very direct and a bit rude even. Absolutely. Because essentially she was raised away from other people. The only person that she ever knew her entire life growing up that was face to face with her was Rost. Everybody else was at arm's length away, you know. She could observe them but never interact with them. So you got to think there's some psychological issues that probably arose there too. But you can also see that there is probably some similarities that happen between both Elizabeth, Aloy, and even Beta to some extent. So the three of them says that there's definitely some kind of genetic influence that's present as well, which I think is very cool to even examine that. Mirko says, thank you for the stream. And once again, happy anniversary, Mirko. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. We got about another 44 seconds in the ad break. So I'm going to wait at least until then to actually say the goodbyes. But in the next episode, I think we're going to try and go back and clean up all them other things that we haven't done. Because there's still quite a bit of quests, I do believe, back in the other region over here. So can we get a nope? No, you can't. What about no? There's the map. Yeah, see, there's still some exclamation points and stuff over here that we have to go back. This was like fire gleam and shit. There's some more black boxes. Look at all the question marks down here that we can go do. I think in the next stream, I think we're gonna try and clean up this area and get a lot of those things done. I said sometimes. Don't wait. Also, she has the DNA of a super scientist. Yeah, exactly right. Which are sometimes in the autistic spectrum. I never thought of that. I never actually thought of that. Yeah, you're probably right there. Pale Touch, by the way, Stephen Hawking Sauce is a bot. He's a bot. He's a robot. He's an AI powered by ChatGPT 3.5. So when he says something, it's usually it's an AI responding to you. I thought it's perfect. We're going to be playing a game about AIs. Why don't I make my... Oh, okay, yeah. Why not make our own AI for it, you know? But that is where we're going to end it for today. Anybody that waited around through the ad break, I appreciate it. Ads are unfortunate, but they're a necessary evil, I guess, nowadays. So I appreciate you guys sticking around through it. I wanted to make sure that I waited for you guys to tell you guys how much I appreciate everybody. I know it's 8 years now on Twitch, and I feel like I must say it over and over again, how much you guys have given me a purpose in my life. So I hope that I've given you guys a place to go to forget about some of the things in your life for a little while you hang out with me here. It blows my mind that it's been 8 years, and I just can't express enough to you guys how much I put over in the Discord, I put a very long girthy almost like a letter once I realized that we were coming up on 8 years here on Twitch that explained a lot of how I feel. And I'm not always good like explaining how I feel right off the cuff, but it's just gratitude. It's such an immense amount of gratitude. The way that my life was before I found streaming and the way that it is after I found streaming is complete night and day. I was kind of lost back then. And now since I've been streaming, I feel like I know I've never felt like I belonged anywhere when it comes as far as like work or in my life. Like, what am I supposed to be doing in the world? We always ask ourselves that question. And ever since streaming, I felt like I know what I should be doing. Whether or not I've been able to do it is something completely different. But knowing, being aware of what you feel like you're meant to do, entertaining and streaming and playing games with you guys was where I feel like I should be. And I'm only able to recognize that because of you guys. Your guys support every single stream, showing up, hanging out with me. You guys making me laugh just as much as I make you guys laugh. That's it's amazing. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. You guys are wonderful. Happy 8-year anniversary to you guys as well. It's not just me, it's for you guys as well. So thank you guys for being here for it. As always, if you guys are watching here on Twitch, if you guys want to catch any of the VODs that we have, so if you miss a stream, you want to catch up on it, ! YT stream in the chat right now will actually give you a link to go and check out the VOD channel. Subscribe over there. I usually have all the videos from one stream up by the next afternoon, early next afternoon. So all the episodes from this stream will probably be live by about 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. And then it's one word, by the way, kind gentlemen, one word, ! YT stream. I'm sorry. And then anybody that is over there on YouTube, if you guys are watching this and you guys want to come and hang out live while we film these amazing episodes, you guys can do so by just going down below in the description and clicking the button deals things, and then just go ahead and follow. And then if you guys want to join the Discord links are there as well. Down in the socials area down below, feel free to follow me on any of the socials as well. I always post when I'm going to be going live, both on Discord and on Twitter, or X now, I guess, which is so weird. I hate X. But yeah, I always post it when I'm going to be going live and let you guys know. And I always give you guys time to actually get in here. We usually chat for about maybe anywhere from a half hour to an hour before we ever start playing games. So any kind of questions that you have, you can always ask then too. Whether it be, how do I stream? How do I make something? You know, anything like that. You guys are always free to ask. So thank you guys so much. Everybody have a great night. Big thank you to Deckard Games. I can't say thank you enough. A huge, massive, ginormous raid today. And Marcus, thank you for the raid as well. Big thank you for all the gifted subs. I can't say it enough. Thank you guys so much. You guys are wonderful. Rock Lobster streams, Dick Sticks. You guys came through big today with the gifted subs. You guys are wonderful. Thank you all so much. Everybody, thank you. Polar Touch says, nice stream as always. Thanks. I'm just happy you were here for it, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the stream. Absolutely. Kind gentlemen, have a great one. Hopefully we'll see you back. You were pretty active in the chat after you arrived. So I have a feeling we'll be seeing you again. Hopefully, and that won't be too long. But everybody, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Remember, life is short. Pause, save, and I will see you guys on the next stream. Have a great one. I love you, everybody. Good night.